I respectfully disagree podcast. Oh, good afternoon, man. Monday, fresh off work. A little bit tired, man. Stayed up all night watching the game. Great game. Buffalo and the Ravens. Lamar and them strike again. And that's the part I've been trying to tell people for years. It's not me hating on Lamar, and which last night technically ain't on him. But it's like I've seen it happen too many times. Like you're in full control of the game. And then when things start getting tight, that's when I don't know if it's because they don't trust him or I don't know because it's like they had 4 tries to put the game away. All you got to do is get one first down and the game is over. But it's like they try to play the clock and it's like, "Oh, we're just going to punt." Bro, that's Josh Allen on the other side. Like the way bro arm is, 2 passes, they already in field goal range, and then boom, here go another meltdown. So it's like typical Raven stuff, bro. And that's why I was just like, I get it. Henry fumbled. But at the same time, you got an MVP caliber player in Lamar. And why can't you do exactly what Josh Allen just done? I'm going to put the team on my back and go get us a win. And it's like, I haven't seen that from Lamar Jackson yet. And hopefully last night will not come back to bite them later on in the season. I still feel like they are the strong favorites because on paper, bro, they are extremely talented. They displayed it last night for 3.5 quarters. But it's like typical little meltdown. So that's why I'm kind of tired. Just got off work. But while I was watching football yesterday, I sat down and watched the entire 3-hour interview with Young Thug and Big Bank. And why I'm choosing this to be a podcast topic is for a multitude of reasons that's beyond music. So let me get that out first. This has nothing to do with the music. I could care less. At the end of the day, I listen to it all. And I've told people before, I listen to all the nonsense. But for me, I'm able to separate the music from what these people do in the real world. I could care less. I don't want nothing to do with street politics. I ain't never been no street dude. I am not a part of the street life. So this podcast is not me trying to justify who's right, who's wrong. I'm simply looking at this in terms of what are we doing as a community? Like, do people not realize how influential this street life, this street culture, this no snitching, rat, this and that, how it has influenced and impacted an entire community from coast to coast, from one end to the other? And I'm not putting that just on them, bro. This is like decades and decades and decades of hardcore gangster rap, like no snitch this, no snitch that. And it's like, bro, man, these kids walking around here, ski masks, stealing, robbing, taking cars. And it's like, bro, I'm watching people on the internet crash out about who's a snitch and who ain't when it's public information that everything that this man accused Gunna of doing, he done sat down and done as well. But now he's on this, I'm trying to turn and manipulate the situation and try to justify my actions and make it sound and look like what I was doing was a good deed. And I'm pushing the button off the rip.
I disagree.
I respectfully disagree with half the shit that man said in that interview. Because I'm like, according to the street code, and somebody's got to correct me and put me up to speed, you ain't supposed to be sitting down talking to the police at all. So I don't care if you was in there throwing them some false information. You talking about you in there flirting with the lady. That's the only reason why you told her to take your number down and all this and that. Why are you even in there talking at all? So that to me is like you already in violation. But again, I'm not here to justify one side or the other. The biggest takeaway for me was you could tell that the dude was hurt. It's deeper than music. If he's saying that he took Buddy under his wing and he molded and shaped him into who he was, then it's deeper than music. And I get it. I understand. You can't tell somebody how they supposed to feel. Put all the rap shit to the side. I know you. But it's like, to me, the writing was on the wall, and it shows you who Young Thug is as a person. When he started talking about, oh yeah, I bought your mama house, I bought your brother this, I did this and that, and I allowed you to pretend like it was from you. To me, that was a sucker ass move. And them the people that you gotta be mindful of. And that's why for me personally, bro, that's why I hate asking people for help. Because people will try to use that shit and throw it back in your face. And he just kept alluding to, because I did all these things, then you supposed to stay loyal to me no matter what. That man said, if we facing life and we get life, whoop-de-doo.
I disagree.
Pushing the button again because whoop-de-doo my ass, bro. If I'm looking at life and I know I didn't do anything that justifies me sitting in a box for a life sentence, then man, you count me out, bro. You count me out. And if this man said that his lawyers told him that no matter what I say, it's not going to impact what happens to the rest of y'all, and I believe this lawyer because apparently we're rich, we got money to afford the best of the best lawyers, so why wouldn't I take what this lawyer said for full face value, because I'm paying this man and I'm pretty sure it wasn't cheap. So I'm finna clear my name off the rip. So that was my stance when Gunna first got out. I'm like, if they saying that he ain't no real street dude, his name ain't really on no paperwork in terms of shit that he done actually done. If this my little brother, you done took him under your wing, you done did all this and that stuff, then why would you be upset that he's on the outside of these walls? If y'all was real label mates and y'all know that he's got the talent to go out there and continue with his music career, hey, bro, keep holding it down for the label. Let us handle this shit in here. And then once we beat this and we get back out, we can get back to where we was. But instead, he manipulated the situation, in my opinion. This man took the plea. This man got out. And instantly, all of Atlanta went on a campaign. We canceling Gunna. We not rocking with Gunna no more. All the way down the list. And I feel like, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion. I ain't no street dude. I ain't on no street stuff. I'm just giving my opinion. Once that man came out and dropped the gift and a curse, and everybody gravitated towards the music because the album was flawless, that's what pissed that man off even more. This man is on audio, recorded audio, talking about trying to sabotage his releases. Let's put something out. Fuck Gunna. We gonna do this and do that. So it's like, you don't get to sit on a 3-hour podcast interview talking about that's my brother, that's my this and that. I really loved him. Nah, bro. We got the recordings of you shitting on this man. And that's what rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, you said this person pulled up on my mama. That person pulled up on my mama. Drake gave me money. Savage gave me money. This person gave me money. He didn't pull up on my mama. That's a bullshit excuse. And I'm watching everybody on social media take what he said in that little part and spin it. So now he's off the hook for any snitching and telling and pillow talking and all that shit he was doing. Now everything has been spun back on Gunna. Gunna's fake. You could tell he was really hurt. He was this and that. And I'm like, what kind of bullshit are we talking about? This man went and made sure that everybody quit rocking with him. But he was still supposed to pull up and take care of your family. He's still supposed to pull up. I'm supposed to come somewhere where I'm not wanted, just so I can be on some street shit, just so I can get praise and applause from the hood. That man moved on, bro, and that's the problem that I have with the whole thing, and this is why I wanted to talk about it. I'm rambling, but I'm getting ready to spin it into how I wanted to create this episode, because in my opinion, this is me. These people was potentially facing a long ass time behind bars. And if they was able to walk away from that and they out and they able to move freely, I'm not saying that man got to kiss nobody's ass and go out here and be no saint and pretend like he's a preacher and he done change and this and that. But it's like, you ain't humble at all. You ain't come out on no type of awakening of like, bruh, I'm just here to focus on the music. You soon as you get out, you back thumb thugging and you manipulating and doing this and doing that. And it's like, bro, I don't feel sorry for you because you ain't learned nothing. So you mad at the person who got out and said, to hell with all this street shit. I'm just gonna focus on my music and focus on my career. And I'm tunnel vision to the BS. Y'all mad at him because of that. And I'm saying that from my perspective, in my opinion, that is what's wrong with the African American community, bro. It's like we glorify so much negativity and so much dumb shit to where we look at somebody trying to do something that's right as a flaw. And he's on this whole campaign of trying to paint Gunna as the bad guy. Meanwhile, we got all the evidence of the world of him sitting around talking on the phones, sitting in the interrogation room. You're exactly the person that you're telling everybody that he is. And I don't understand why we don't comprehend that. So I wanted to do this episode because I'm like, bro, it's so detrimental to our community because our young men and women look up to these celebrities. They look up to these rappers. They look up to all of this stuff because at the end of the day, unfortunately, a lot of our youth, they don't have the proper guidance at home. I understand that that's just my opinion, but at the end of the day, statistics show it. You look in our school systems, you look at all the shit that's going on, you look in the poverty-stricken environments, bro, a lot of this is stemming from single parent households, low income households. So our youth is exposed to nothing but nonsense. And that nonsense shapes their perception of how the world is viewed. So if they grow up and they view the world from only street rules, street culture, no snitching, no this, no that, I got to pretend to be the toughest motherfucker in the room. Now you got adults who pretend to be the toughest motherfucker in the room. And for 3 hours, that's what I got. He is trying everything in his power to pretend to be the toughest motherfucker in the room. And if we're going to be honest, there were several parts in that interview where I'm like, hey, bro, he needs to shut up because you damn near incriminating yourself. I'm pretty sure in a lot of their agreements, it's in there where they can't go back and retry them for a lot of the shit that they're able to say now. But it's like in one part of the interview, you're like, they got on paper that I paid somebody for them to go into hiding and I ain't do that and blah, 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 blah. And then 2 hours later, you like, bro, I gave you money. I gave your family money for y'all to go stay in the hotel for you. Like, bro, you literally just contradicted what you just said an hour ago, 2 hours ago. Why the fuck are you sitting in here lying just so you can try to prove a point to the internet? Y'all in love with the street so much to where it's more important to you to try to prove to the internet that you a real street nigga. Excuse my language. You a real street dude versus just getting out. Be thankful that you got another opportunity. Go out here and create music. Focus on life. Focus on your kids. Focus on your relationship, whatever it is that you got to focus on, and keep it pushing. But instead, your focus is on, I gotta prove to the internet that they the rats. I'm the real nigga. I'm the real street nigga. Ain't no way you as old as you are, bro, and you sit in front of a microphone and a camera talking about I'd rather die than to go back. I'd rather them call my ops. If my ops come and ride on me, then da 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 da. And I'm like, do you not hear yourself talking? Now, how many kids, young teenagers, just watching these interviews, and then they adopt that same thought process? And that's why I'm saying it pisses me off because I know too many. It hits too close to home. People that have attached themselves to a street mentality, street rules, street life, when you don't even have to. You don't even have to. So you adopt this way of living. And it's like, for what? And like he kept saying, I spent more time with them than I did with my kids. That right there should be the proof that this shit's got to change, bro. We got grown men out here glorifying a lifestyle that doesn't include them being there for their family. Money ain't the answer to everything, bro. Like sometimes, man, your kids actually want to see you present. You can send them all the fly gifts and cars and clothes and shoes. You can give them all the shit that you could possibly buy, and it won't mean nothing, or it won't be have any more value than if a child look into the stands and see you sitting there watching them perform in sports, watching them at a school event, a spelling bee, or some shit like that. Shout out to my kids, bro. Peyton was recognized as a student of the month for his sixth grade class, and Aubrey was recognized as student of the month for her eighth grade class today. I had to work, but guess what? They sent the link so I could watch it on Zoom. So I watched it live. I watched my kids live. Soon as it was over, my son called me. Dad, I won student of the blah, blah, blah. Guess what? I was watching it. I saw your speech. I saw you. I'm on the clock and I'm like I said, I apologize for that. Looked like the internet went out, but the internet's back up. Again, I apologize for that. But it's like, how can you sit here and tell everybody all the stuff that they were supposed to do for you, but you sitting here talking bad about the people who came to help you? It don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense. If it's true that Drake came and handed you $1 million, but then you on video, audio, talking about Drake is stupid, Drake is this. If Drake was a real one, Drake would come and help me get out. That's when I was just like, all right, bro, this dude is delusional. This dude is delusional. Like, you expect all these people to do all these things for you. He's like, this person brought my mama money. That person brought my mama money. This person brought my mama $300,000 or $400,000. This person brought my mama money. And you tripping because Gunna didn't pull up? No disrespect. Again, I don't know these people. How much money your mama need, bro? What is the dollar amount that was supposed to justify or make you feel like you would be satisfied with everything that everybody's doing? And that's why I'm saying, to me, that is such a manipulative way of thinking. And to me, it shows that we don't know how to think for ourselves. And that's why I applaud Gunna for separating himself from the BS. Don't talk, don't do nothing. I'm just gonna let the music speak. I'm focused on my career. That man was at the VMAs last night. He moving on with life. Meanwhile, Buddy doing 3-hour podcast interviews and ain't talking about shit. And that's why I want these kids to watch it, bro. Sit down and look so you can see how fucking stupid this shit sound. I'm not calling dude stupid because I don't know him. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful to the people who glorify that street shit. But there's no way that you can watch that interview and not walk away with like, bro, is this really how we sound? Is this really how we out here moving? So what if we get life whoop-de-doo? Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck says that I spend more time with my street niggas than I do my family? And you happy about it? Make it make sense, bro. And that's why I'm just like, bro, I was like, nah, I gotta talk about it because, like, just for our community alone, bro, how do y'all not understand how this shit is like a domino effect, bro? The kids are stuck watching the videos. The kids are sitting here watching all this shit. The kids go out and reenact everything that they watch, hear, and see. And then the kids get trapped into the fucking system. So now they on papers, they on probation. Now it's free this person, free that person. I'm a ride for this person. This person snitched. So now I gotta go shoot this person, this and that. And it falls into every neighborhood in the entire country. This whole no snitching, street rules, street shit, like every hood in America from coast to coast supposed to live and die by the same fucking rules, but everybody's either going to jail or they fucking getting killed. Or you got women out here raising the fucking kids while your ass is in prison or your ass is in a box. So now you create a whole new cycle, a whole new generation of kids that live and die by the same stupid shit. The shit is stupid. I was dumbfounded watching that. And like I said, when you watch people and they get to fidgeting, they get to fast talking, that's when I'm paying attention to what you're saying, because now I know you just sitting there creating some bullshit. When that man said, how was your plea different from their plea? He got the rambling, fidgeting, and this and that. I was trying to, bro, you talked. You gave information. It don't matter how much, how little, you gave information. So you went on this whole campaign calling people, encouraging people not to associate or affiliate themselves with this person for doing the same thing that you done. But in your eyes, what you done was okay. Make it make sense.
I disagree.
And the fact that it's people on the internet still trying to justify it, still trying to take up for it, that's when I was just like, you know what? We are lost. We are lost as a people. And I hate the fact that now everybody has a platform. That includes myself. Don't nobody want to fucking hear me speak, then cool beans. It used to bother me. It's like, bruh, last night when I was watching that video, that 800,000 people. 800,000 people sat down and watched that. 800,000 people got on the internet, myself included, to share and express their thoughts. So it's like we're interested in the bullshit, myself included. I listen to their music. I listen to it. I don't play it around my kids. I don't let my kids see type of business in it when at school or whatever else. And this damn internet keep going out. So I'm get ready to wrap it up shortly. Um, once these kids are outside of my walls, I don't know what they're exposed to. But guess what? At the end of the day, I think I know my kids enough and trust my kids enough. Too many people come up to us and say, "Hey, man, your son is very mannerable. Your daughter's very polite. Your kids show respect. Your kids do this and do that." So it's like I know that my wife and I have done something positive. We've done something to help steer our kids in the right direction. Now, once they get a little bit older and they start facing decisions in terms of peer pressure, drugs, alcohol, things like that, those are the decisions that they have to make. But hopefully, my wife and I have instilled in them the right things to where they can be like, you know what, I'm cool on that. But I'm saying all of this because there's a group of kids that don't have it. They're only guided by wrong decisions, bad decisions. They're steered by the shit that they see on these podcasts, what they see on these music videos and watching these movies. So the fact that this man sat behind bars, said that he was in his feelings, he was upset because he felt like all his brothers was telling and this and that, and you don't come out and be like, you know what? I see how they move. I got to move on to bigger and better things. I was blessed to be given another opportunity. I got to do something different, but it won't include them. If you was that passionate and you was that hurt by what all of them done, then you would have got out and kept it moving. But instead you get out and you want the whole world to turn on them. Your whole motive is to make people F him, F them. We ain't messing with them no more. Every time they drop music, I'm going to drop music to try to overshadow it. Well, guess what? That didn't work. So now how can I manipulate the situation from a different angle? Oh, well, I'm gonna tell the people that he fake. I bought this, I did that. He out here pretending to be somebody else and this and that. And it's like, bro, do you not realize that all you doing is trying to smear this man's image, smear this man's name that you helped create? You said it out of your own mouth, bro. You said if I'm with somebody and the world view them as being drippy and this and that, then I'm gonna do everything in my power that every time they see them, that they this, they that. That's fake as fuck. I'm looking into the camera every time I say it. You just admitted to helping all these motherfucking people be fake as fuck so y'all can put on an image. And that's what Bank kept saying to him. Is like, bro, you really out here worried about an image. You worried about the image, bro. Like, who gives a damn what the outside world think? And I really respect, and that's why that's the aspect of the interview that I did enjoy, because he's trying to speak to bruh from a wiser position. He's like, man, I'm 47. He's like, man, at some point you got to get tired of the BS. But it's like he was stuck in that mentality. Like, nah, I'm a real, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. He just kept reiterating, I'm a real street nigga. I'm a real street nigga. And it's like, Is that really something to brag about, bro? I'm a real millionaire. I done put millions in people's pocket. So if you're a real millionaire and you have the ability to change people's lives, then why are you stuck on trying to put them in positions to where they fuck it up? It doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm saying all of this, because it's like, bro, it's such a toxic mentality to carry around. And I want our community to stop glorifying that shit, man. Like, we got to stop it. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And it's like, you got a whole generation of motherfuckers that's out here popping pills, sipping drink, sipping this and doing this and that, simply because of the shit that we heard in the music. Hell, I grew up with 3-6, sipping on scissor and all that, bro. But it was like, I knew not to try that shit, bro. They're characters. That's how I view all rappers. They're fucking characters, bro. I can be anybody when I step in the booth. If I blow, now I gotta go out here and put on this persona that I portray in my music. Well, guess what? When shit hit the fan, and now these motherfucking lawyers and judges is holding me to how I portray myself in the music. Now this is where hey, I ain't never did that. I ain't a part of this. I ain't a part of that. I ain't this. I ain't that. Now that's why everybody copping please, bro. Because you're not really about the life that you're trying to portray out here to these kids. But these kids don't know that. They don't know the difference. So quit glorifying that bullshit, bro. That's why I'm like, nah, man, you don't get a pass. How is everybody else a rat motherfucker and you not? How? How do you justify sitting in a room talking for 2 hours? How do you justify sitting on the phone talking bad about everybody that you quote unquote claim you love? Everybody that you done made music with, done made hit records with, you talking bad about them. And that's why I'm like, nah, bro, he is a fucking manipulator, dude. Like, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous game to play. And this is just my opinion. I'm just putting it out there as my opinion. I don't know that man at all. So I ain't trying to start nothing. But it's like, how do you get to play both sides of the fence? You want the whole world to be mad at this man for him deciding to do what's in the best interest of him and his family. But when you decided to do the same exact thing or encourage your brother to do the same exact thing, that shit was different. Make it make sense. And for our young kids out here, if you watching, if you listening, please take note of how fucking stupid that sounds. He can't do what's in the best interest of him, but you can. He ain't supposed to cop no plea or do this and that because you helped buy his mama a house. You helped buy his brother a car. That's somebody that's going to always try to mold and manipulate you into doing whatever it is that they want you to do. And they going to hang that shit over your head every time. That's why I am strong. And if I can't do this shit on my own, I don't need it. If I can't buy it on my own, I don't need it. Because I'd be damned if I give you the satisfaction of saying, the only reason why you got that is because of me. You can call it foolish pride. You can call it whatever you want to, bro. But that is a flaw of mine. I hate asking for help. If people only knew how many times I was down bad on my ass, didn't know where my next dollar was going to come from, didn't know how I was going to pay a bill. And instead of picking the phone up and asking for help, I was like, hell no, not doing it. Because the same people that I was going to pick up the phone and call and ask for help, I done seen them do it to other people. So now all of a sudden, I'm in debt to you for the rest of my life because you helped me out in this situation. And like somebody said, and after this, I'm gone. Bro, that's your artist. If you the CEO of the label and you investing in the artist, you supposed to do that. So the house that you helped buy his mama, the car that you helped buy his brother, the clothes, the jewelry, the shit that you put in front, that's an advancement. You were supposed to do that. But in return, it's like, I did all this shit for you. Even though you may not be 1000% involved in this street shit that we got going on. If I go down, nigga, we all go down. And because you don't live by that, or you didn't honor the code, nigga, it's fuck you. That man said, if we all get life, so be it. So my life don't mean nothing. Me being present in my loved one's life don't mean nothing because you want to throw yours away. Y'all better wake up, people. Y'all better wake up and understand it, bro. This street shit is stupid. It don't even make sense. On no scale does it make sense. Quick money, fast cars, a lot of chicks in your section. All that shit is temporary. Because when you get jammed up and you stuck inside that box, he talking about he was 23-1. Almost saying that shit like he was bragging. 23-1. All you got is your fucking brain. And your thoughts can kill you quicker than anybody out here on these streets can. And I feel like, in my opinion, that's what's going on. That man is having an identity crisis right now. He don't know what to do. Do I come home and just focus on the music, reform, change, and try to uplift whoever's still rocking with me? Even if you got to rebrand YSL and put whole new artists on and start from the bottom. That's what he kept saying. Man, I got to start over, bro. I got so fucking what, bro? This is a fresh start. You got the blueprint. You know what to do. So fucking what if you got to start over, bro? That's real life. You know what I mean? Regular people got to fucking start over. Hell, I'm sitting there now. I don't know when my motherfucking job finna close their doors, but we done got put on notice. They downsizing. At any given moment, I can walk in and say, you know what? We don't need you no more. What the fuck I got to do? Turn around and start over? Shit, that's life. That's life. What makes you think that you exempt? So it's like you're having an identity crisis, bro. Like, do I come out and start over, or do I stand 10 toes down because I want the world to view me as a real street nigga? But you mad at the person that said, you know what? I don't want no more of that life. I'm gonna focus on my health, focus on my wealth, focus on this music. And if the rest of the world is gravitating towards it, I ain't mad at nobody. If they speak to me, cool. If they don't, cool. Ain't no way in the world y'all should be mad at Gunna right now for making a business decision. And I will say this, and I'm gone. If he was out there participating in what they was trying to accuse all of them of doing, then yes, sir, you got to go down with the ship. You don't get to cop a plea and escape it while everybody else going down. That, in my opinion, if he was doing that, then he deserves everything that's being handed towards him. But according to him, because he said it out of his own mouth in the interview, his name went on none of the paperwork. He said he didn't know nobody that was on this RICO. But because we work together, we do business together, me and you together every day, I'm supposed to go down with the ship. Damn my life. Damn all the people that depend on me financially. Make it make sense. So while all these people was going to his mama's house, dropping off money and dropping off bags and this and that, nobody gave a fuck about his family while he was behind the wall. That's why I'm saying, bro, that is such a narcissist, bro. Like, everything was about me. Nobody did this for me. He wasn't doing this for me. I put you on. I did this. I did that. Everybody was supposed to cater to you, bro. Make it make sense. And that's why, in my opinion, I feel like, bro, whoever's leaking these tapes, they knew exactly what they was going to do. Set every last one of them free. We're going to let the streets tear their ass up because that's the code that they live by. These the rules that they live and die by. Guess what? We got the head honcho on audio talking like a motherfucker, talking bad about everybody. And now he out here falling apart, trying to fucking make it all sound like he wasn't doing nothing in the wrong. Man, I was going off them pills. I was this. I was saying, nah, motherfucker, that's who you really are. That's who you really are. And if y'all sit back and watch that video and watch how that motherfucker got the fidgeting and this and that, at one time it looked like he wiped a damn booger on the couch. I'm like, come on, bro. Man, I ought to cut the cameras off. Man, did you just wipe your nose and then wipe it on the damn couch? Ask for a tissue or something, man. What the fuck you talking about, man? I'm like, nah, bro. Nah. But like I said, I'm done ranting. I'm done venting. A lot of this was just me, hopefully talking to the youth, talking to these young teenagers. Because right here where I live at, bro, people out here breaking in cars, shooting at people and shit. And it's like, it don't matter how many people go out here and volunteer to try to help change, bro. You can only change them one at a time. And it's hundreds, it's thousands of kids that need guidance, thousands of kids that need somebody to just listen, help them, push them in the right direction. And unfortunately for the mentors and the people who volunteer to help, they can't reach them the way these artists do. So imagine if he came out and was like, I don't agree with what Gunna did. It's going to take me a long time to forgive him. But at the end of the day, bro, we both out. I can't hold no grudges. He did what he had to do as a man, or what he felt he had to do to protect his family and provide for his family. I did the same thing. We both out. Long as he stay over and do his music, we gonna stay over here and do our music. And maybe one day, maybe a long time from now, but maybe we'll be able to sit down and hash it out and then do music again together. But right now, I'm not in that headspace to do it. And guess what? The rest of the world would not be so damn invested and watch it, bro. You can't even get on social media right now without seeing all of them. What kind of street shit is it when everybody's sitting on the internet talking? That's a violation in its own self. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not from the streets. I ain't in the street life. Everybody on the internet talking. This person shot at this person, so we went and picked this person up and we went to go ride on them. No, you didn't do that. This person stole my chain. Bruh, is that not a form of snitching? But then he threw the disclaimer out yesterday. This is all public record. You can go look it up. So this ain't me ratting. This is me just saying what's already out there. Nah, bro. Shut the fuck up. We here to interview you, bro. Let us know what it was like behind them walls. How did you feel knowing that all these people did all that? And he gave us those responses. But like I said, you started seeing little peaks and you saw a glimpse of who the fuck he really is. If you go to about that 2-hour mark, when he start getting loud and he start cussing this, and I was like, that's who he really is, in my opinion. But like I said, only certain people can watch that interview and separate the artist from the man. Again, it's just my opinion. And I feel like bruh's having an identity crisis and he's trying everything in his power to sabotage Gunna's success. Because the whole interview, I made you. I did this for you. I did that for you. Without me, you wouldn't be this. I'm pretty sure everybody's got that story. Somebody was influential in your life and helped you with guidance down the path that you on. So if that's the case, we all supposed to take credit for somebody else's blessings. Peep that shit, man. And I'm gone. I done said it 4 times. I'm gone after this, bro. Peep it. When people start getting blessings and people start winning and people start getting their turn, watch how many people try to take credit for your success. That's crazy to me, bro. And the whole city of Atlanta is crumbling because of it. Like, that's crazy, bro. That man pissed on the Migos, pissed on everybody. but everybody's supposed to remain loyal to you, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Like I said, I hate that there was a brief interruption. The internet went out on my end. The audio is still full. Um, y'all know the routine, bro. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Um, again, I'm not cut from that cloth, but it does hit close to home. For those who grew up with me, y'all know what I'm talking about. It hits close to home, bro. I done seen people fall to this street life shit and lost years, lost relationships with their kids, bro. Only to get out and all the motherfucking shit that you was loyal to, it wasn't waiting on you when you got out. So what did you do it for? What did you do it for? That shit is fake. Again, it's just my opinion. If somebody that's really about that life and really live that, if you disagree with what I'm saying, the mic is always open. Come and tell me the benefits to doing that shit. What's the benefits of being a real street nigga? I don't know. Anyway, we out. Appreciate you.
Ass toasted, no competition. Amnesia coasting. I feel so high, I feel so live. My body's intertwined. Amnesia coasting. I feel so live, and I know why. That I can't deny. Amnesia coasting. Giddy fine wine, fools, malt liquor. Wish me I'm high.